Welcome to Inside Sim Racing. I'm Billy Strange, and in this edition of Test Drive, I crack open the new US car pack from Project Cars and take the Cadillac ATS V.R GT3 for a spin around Watkins Glen GP course. I'm currently using a GT Omega ART chassis, T300 base 599 Evo rim from Thrustmaster, Ricmotech GT Pro 1 pedals, and the dashes from Sim Racing Hardware. This is going to be a quick 3-lap race, just so we can take a look at the Cadillac.
Concentrate on the lights. Let's make a great start and make up for quality.
Thank you. I started with the Cadillac just because out of the four cars, the Cadillac, the new Corvette C7R, the Dallara DW12, and the Ford Fusion stock car, this was my most anticipated car. To my knowledge, I'm not aware of this being officially released in any other sim and or game to this point, and I thought this would be a really cool look at the car. I gave myself a challenge starting in the back here, and in 3 laps I'm going to see how far forward I can get. The goal was a top 5, so we'll see if I can actually come up with that. Car feels excellent. Did some tweaks on the setup. Force feedback is really well done. I can understand what the car is doing, and with that said, it gave me the information I needed to make adjustments with the car. So I changed some of the fast damper settings, stiffened the front just a hair, softened the rear, gave myself just a hair more rear camber, and then towed in one more, I think it's another 1/10 of a degree of toe in the rear, because the car would has a lot of on-throttle oversteer because it's got a big old honking V8 in it. Excellent car to drive. I really had a lot of fun kind of going through the practice and learning what the car could do, and then getting to run this race. It's a great car. Thank you. I don't think it's your typical GT3 car. I feel like it's definitely got a lot more on-throttle oversteer. So, once again, I dialed in some grip to the rear. So then I have to be careful in the center of the turn because, almost loses it there. Because in the center of the turn, if I get on the throttle in the right spot, it'll actually pick up a push. The front will go towards the outside of the turn instead of going around it. So just have to be a little more patient. Probably could do a couple more tweaks. Oh, I also did drop the tire pressure just a hair. I could probably bump that back up to where it was normally, the base setup. Oh, with the base setup on the car, it's pretty unruly. That's right, I'm gonna put pressure on the AI. Kind of silly. The little rise there, the car still gets light, so the car will still spin the rear tires when you're coming over a rise and on the throttle still. You can see we're up to 9th. Gonna split these guys and grab one more. Excellent brakes. The brakes at 90% pressure, which is what the default is, worked fantastic. I only dialed in 2 clicks of front bias just to calm the car just a hair going into the turn. I didn't want to put too much in because I didn't want it to push on entry while on the brakes. Just a cool car. Really enjoyed this car. That's right, so now we're on our last lap. I'm up to 6th. We're looking at, we can sniff the top 5, and then I drive in too deep. Way too deep. Up through the S's here. When you get to the rise, you can see my foot lift just a little, just so it'll take a set and back in the throttle. Actually wish we didn't have the bus stop anymore. I really liked it when the cars went flying down into that right-hander. drive it way too deep and touch the grass and get all kinds of sideways, but saved it. But yeah, that was just me overreaching. I could have been a little more patient, waited, but I thought that was my best shot to make a pass for fifth there. Probably, you know, that old saying, you can't pass them till you get to them, and now the tires are overheated, the car's trying to push through the turn, and it looks like seventh is all over me. But that was my fault, that wasn't the car, that was just yours truly blowing it, basically. Watkins Glen, one of my favorite tracks too. I really like the flow of this circuit. Push too wide there. And now I'm just trying to make it to the finish. I pretty much, unless they start banging on each other up there, I'm not going to get fifth. So I've just dialed it back. We're going to roll across the line in sixth, as long as it's nothing stupid that I do. And there you have it. We're going to finish sixth, 3-lap race, U.S. car pack. Great car. Just really enjoyed driving that car a lot. Kept you on your toes. Gave you a good sense of side bite and forward bite. Lots of fun. I enjoyed it. So, I'm going to leave you with the replay. And once again, as always, thanks for watching. I appreciate you making it to the end of the video. So, go ahead and hit that like button if you did enjoy it. And again, as always, if you have any suggestions for our test drive video series, please leave a comment in the section below. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care.